Hello everyone, my name is Jeff with Aquascape Pools, and it's getting that time of year, fall, winter, so we just wanted to give you a video so you can reference that. And we're well into fall, and actually today as we speak we're having winter-like temperatures, so just wanted to touch base on a couple of things with you. Number one, in fall, if you have a lot of trees around your pool that blow leaves in, or if your neighbors have a lot of leaves that they'd like to share with you from their trees, then you need to check your skimmers and your leaf vac daily, because it is not uncommon to empty it in the morning and have them full again in the evening. So be sure you're checking those skimmer baskets, making sure they're empty. Your leaf canister, this is your leaf canister right here, and this basket will get packed with leaves. And if you have a pool service company that maybe comes a couple of times a week and they do that kind of stuff for you, that's probably not going to be enough. So you're going to need to check those on your own to be sure that those are clean, because they will restrict water flow. And so that's a big thing to check. These gloves right here are great when it's cold and you're checking the cleaning out your skimmers. We do sell these at our retail store, so you need to grab you some of those. Also, the question is asked, do I need to run my pump 24 hours when it starts to get cooler like this? You don't. If you want to cut it back to 12 hours on the schedule, that's fine. If you leave it going 24/7, it's not going to hurt anything. A lot of you out there have the variable speed pumps, which slows the pump down in pool speed, so it's not going to hurt it just if it stays running 24 hours. That's totally up to you. Moving on to winter items as we get into the cold. So one thing that can happen is when we get into these cold temperatures, your system, if you have an automated system, it will have a freeze protect. Freeze protect, even if the system is off, will kick it on and it will start circulating the water for you. The pumps are going to kick on. If you have a pool and spa, it's literally going to go back and forth every 15 minutes between pool and spa, making sure the water gets through all those lines. So I wanted to talk a little bit about that. This item right here is called an actuator. If you have a pool spa combo, and you're going to see two of these. These actually what makes the valves turn back and forth from pool to spa, and it makes sure the water gets to all the pipes. These things have a little toggle switch on the back that make this move back and forth. Every once in a while, storms, things like that, they're low voltage, so a surge of some kind can trigger one of these to move, so it gets out of sequence with the other one. We see that problem a lot. This toggle switch back here is what gets it back into sequence. Sometimes these just go bad, they quit turning. So what will happen is, in freeze protect, one of these will turn because it's told to, the other one won't turn, and normally what we see is the spa draining. If that happens, that's what is going wrong, something with this actuator. Also, when we start to see a lot of freezing rain, sleet's not necessarily a big deal, snow's not either, but if we have freezing rain, a lot of times I have seen this, the freezing rain get on these and ice them over to where they can't turn. So if they're calling for a lot of freezing rain, then it's not a bad idea. If you have a little tarp or something like that, just go throw it over these things so it keeps that freezing rain from getting on these, and they can still turn as needed. Also on this board over here, as far as freeze protect goes, a lot of times people are asking, well, does the heater kick on when it goes to freeze protect? Yes, it will, but only for 15 minutes, and so it's not that big a deal. But if you go to your board, and as we can see right here, it says auto. So on the board, if you don't want that heater to come on, you go to menu and you go down to where it says heat. And then you scroll down to where it says spa. And where it says heater, if you arrow down to that and you turn it off, then the heater will not kick on when it goes to freeze protect. So you want to make sure that is in the off position under the heat menu. The other thing to look at to be sure that your heater will still kick on when it's in the setting is you menu and you scroll down to settings. You go into your settings and you're going to scroll down to where it says manual heat. Manual heat on. So what that means now, even though we have the spa turned off in heat mode, that now the spa will go ahead and kick on whenever you tell it to, when you try to use your spa. Okay, so that's what we want to do there. If something should ever happen freeze-wise. So what you want to do on the same menu, say everything shuts down or you lose power and we're having freeze. You want to go to this mode right here. You push mode and it's going to turn that to service. That's going to shut everything off for you, okay? So we're going to shut it down like that, and then we're going to come and we're going to start getting the plugs pulled out of your system. So on your pumps, you are going to have 2 plugs right here at the bottom of your pump. So you're just going to take both of those out, let the water drain. You will take the lid off like this. And what I normally do is take all my plugs and I put them right in here like this so I know where they're at. After you got the plugs out of that, you can leave the lid off upside down like that. If you don't have an in-floor cleaning system and you have this cleaner pump right here, it's also going to have a plug right here at the bottom that you will take off, like so. So that's right on the bottom of that. Your filter will also have a plug that we want to take off, and it's going to be at the bottom. It's right here at the bottom of your filter, right there. And so it's going to unscrew. Now you might need some channel locks, wrench or something to break that loose and get it off, and then it's going to unscrew. After you unscrew that plug and take it off, you want to open this relief valve on top of your filter like that, and it's going to allow all the water to drain out and get all the water out of that. And last but not least, if you have a heater, this heater doesn't actually have the plug in it right now, but right down here will be a black plug as well on your heater, and you want to pull that to make sure the water all gets out of that. And again, leave your lids open like that, and now we have protected everything from freeze. Now, also you will have a breaker box out by your control panel. It might be on the control panel itself, or it might be a silver box, breaker box right next to your control panel. You'll want to go in there and you'll want to turn the breakers off on the pumps. All the pumps that say, whether you have a waterfall pumps will be winterized the same way. You'll go in there, turn the breakers off to those, and that way if they should, power comes back on or whatever, and we don't want those pumps kicking on without water because we got them winterized. So when you have power back, you're able to get things going again. You're just going to put all the plugs back in. You're going to put water in here to prime the pump. Put your lid back on. You're going to go back to auto mode, start everything up, and then obviously you're going to close this back once water starts flowing through it. So it's simple. You just reverse the process, put the plugs back in, and you're ready to go. I believe that covers just about everything on Freeze Protect. Now, always remember you can call us if you have any questions or if you need anything to be done, something's broke. But in the meantime, before we can get out, just go into service mode, shutting things down, winterizing if things need to be shut down when the temperature's supposed to be cold. Now, also remember, don't panic. The temperatures have to be well below 32 for many, many hours before it can freeze anything. So, if it's going to drop to 32, 30 degrees for a few hours at night, that's not really going to hurt anything. So we're just talking about if we're having some hard freezes and you are out of power or we may lose power or something like that, then this is what happens when that happens. You need to do that. So anyway, I hope that answers some questions and this video is helpful. Again, my name is Jeff with Aquascape. Life is better by the pool. Maybe not today, but it usually is. So if you have any questions, feel free to call us. Have a good day.